Hello, Brian. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucchero Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. That ding was probably him sending another one. I have a couple of notes about your site right away. The first one is you clearly spent money on putting together a good site. This is just great. The drone work, and you have a lot of interaction. You have a lot of photos. This is a really wonderful website. And a good website is kind of like like when your car gets repainted at the body shop. Once you pull up to your friend's house, you go, hey, you want to get in and go for a ride? They go, sure, look how nice this looks. Same with a good looking website. Once you get here, people are going to want to click and go where it is you want them to go. Here is what I am here for, and that is not the aesthetics of it. Aesthetics are great, and you clearly paid money for this website, but it is underperforming, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about right now. Last month, you had 4 clicks from a Google search. That is not enough. Now, after I look at your site, I actually go to this paid tool that I have, and that's where I find this information. This gives me a lot of your metrics and tell me how your site has been performing. Now, the next thing I do is I go and I do a Google search for Greeley, Colorado roofers, and I know that you're probably also in Fort Collins, but for the purpose of this, it really doesn't matter where I put it because your site is underperforming. And here is what you're going to find in a Google search. I need to explain a little bit about how Google works. There is a Google algorithm that determines the placement of absolutely everything. Even here up at the top, these folks are what they call sponsored, meaning they paid to be up here at the top. Now, that's not such a terrible thing to pay to be at the top of a Google search, but the problem is that some people think it's suspect because they say, oh, why would you pay to be on a search of, the best? And that's not how Google works. People do not understand this is not a search about the best people. The Google algorithm is looking for certain criteria that Google set it off to look for. And that is not the best qualified, the best work ethic, and the best materials. No, it's about the website itself. That is what the Google algorithm is looking for. So underneath the paid ones are what we call the map pack. These folks here, these 3 and plus this one sponsored ones, are folks who have done something that the ones beneath them have not done, and that is fill out a Google business profile. That's kind of like a Facebook profile, except they ask you stuff about the business, like what year you started and what your regular hours are. They're going to ask you to prove that you own the website, and obviously your physical address and the website. But that is something that anybody could do, but it would probably be best done with somebody with experience and expertise because you would want it to end up here. If you don't do it well enough, if it's not thorough enough, then Google will not put you in the map pack. And that is exactly where you want to be for filling out the Google business profile. I'm going to show you why, because if I scroll down really fast, that stopped here at related searches. That's the end of page 1. Now, page 1 would be a great place for your business to be. And as you can see, you're not there. And that's a shame because you spent money on this website and it should be seen because you wanted it to be a tool of your business that drove customers and money to you. Otherwise, it's just words on the bottom of a business card. So here we go. The first actual roofer I find down here, this is what we call the organic search area. This is all determined by the Google algorithm and how well the websites conform to the algorithm. The first one I find that's an actual roofer is Slaughter Roofing. The rest of them are like lists, Yelp and Better Business, that sort of thing. This is the first actual roofer, and they happen to be in the #1 spot, the #1 organic search spot. Now, I'm going to tell you that they are your Google competitor for the purpose of this analysis. Now, Google loves content. They really do. Content is what they crave. They think that once somebody that has done a search on their site gets somewhere, that person should be educated about the thing that they're searching for. You have 772 words on your site. I'm going to do the same with Slaughter. See how many they have. I'm doing this for the first time with you here, so I don't know who the winner is. You are. You're the winner. They only have 278 words, so there's a 500 word difference, 500 plus words difference. Now, all words are not the same, and that's what I'm going to show you next. The Google wants content, but they also expect you to have certain words. Now, what I'm talking about are keywords. In your entire site, including the subdomains, you have 8 keywords. And those keywords are words that Google expects you to have in your site, and they are words from your industry and from Google searches. Now, you can think of all of the terms that you use in your industry, probably sitting around in the lunchroom with your coworkers. So that is, like words that I would never use on a daily basis, like gutters or soffit, that sort of thing. But you know what those are better than I do. And they can also include things like communities around you, like Fort Collins or other neighborhoods. Now, I'm going to show you what your competitor has. You have 8 keywords. They have 260. So you have some catching up to do. And the keywords, of course, are important because words are what people use when they search on Google. So I'm going to show you what their keywords are so you can help get them up quickly. Roofing company, Greeley, obviously. Roofers. See, now roofing and roofers are 2 different searches as far as the algorithm is concerned. It does not know our language. It is only looking for words. It doesn't know that those are related words. These are 2 different searches as far as it's concerned. Now, they might be something with actually the things, but a lot of these apparently are place related. Greeley, Northern Colorado. This is kind of a rare one. People usually Google with their actual community in there. So that's kind of an odd one. Water stain around ceiling vent. Excellent question from Google. Owens Corning drip edge colors. Another excellent question. Mold around bathroom vent. Those are things that people who are looking for roofers. Shingle blistering. Never heard of that. These are questions that people actually had in a Google search. And this is all of these questions and all of these keywords are satisfied here on the Slaughter Roofing website. And this is part of one of their blogs. They answered that question back in 2021. So their blog is quite extensive in terms of answering questions. It would be something that you could explore because you need more keywords. You want to beat the competitor. You want to go up from 8 to 268 or more if you can. And finding out what those keywords are is fairly simple. They're words in your industry. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you are backlinks. You have 139 backlinks. A backlink is where there is a link to your site, back to your site on some other site. For instance, Yelp. Say you're on Yelp and you have claimed the business and you say, here is our website. You can put that if you claim the business. Now, that is 139 links back to you. Here's what Slaughter has, 192. They have won this. It does not seem like that big of a difference, but it is a difference that put them in the #1 spot. That means they have better stats than Martinez, than Front Range, and many of these others. So there are other folks that have more of these 2 things than you do. Plus, they have filled out the Google Business profile. Now, I'm going to show you what their referring domains are, the backlinks. Homestead.com, MapQuest, Yellow Pages, Porch.com, Super Pages, on and on and on. You want anything that is in the 70s up to the 90s. And for instance, they are not on Angie's List. That is a very highly rated site. Now, this DR is what I'm talking about, the domain rating. And the rating is based upon the backlink profile, meaning these sites have a lot of links back to them because they offer a lot of information. So people who want information can go to homestead.com and find that information out. Same with MapQuest. There are a lot of links to MapQuest. Find us here. Find us on MapQuest. That is a link. So you want to be in any of those from 70s to 90s, and that will make a huge difference because these folks have a bunch that are in the low, not even 1 Apparently, a lot of people don't look for their Greeley, Colorado roofer in Orlando Roofing Company blogspot. That is not a place that people from Greeley look for their roofer, oddly enough. So you don't want to be on those ones, but be on these higher rated ones. And getting on them could be as simple as filling out a profile. Finding out what those are is as simple as doing a Google search or using this paid tool that I have, for instance. Now, I'm going to show you where the rubber hits the road, and that is here. Last month, you had 4 clicks as a result of a Google search. Now, this is what Slaughter had, 316. So that is almost 10 times the number of traffic that you had, and that means 10 times, well, let's say 9 times the amount of opportunities to have an estimate request or to get a customer or to get money in your pocket. And that's what this ultimately it should be about. This should be something that brings you money. That's why you spent money on it, so it would be a success. It can't be a success because just think about your own Google search habits. How do you use Google? How far down do you scroll before you go, I have enough up here that this should be enough to keep me going? That is what you should look at. And how many sites do you find not using Google? I mean, there are other search engines, yes, but Google is the gorilla, and the gorilla gets what it wants. So these are things that we do in order to help people with their websites, because you've paid enough for the website, but if no one's getting there, it's because you're not very high in the Google search results. And the Google algorithm is something we know. We know how to manipulate it, not in a bad way, but we know what it wants, so we can satisfy that. And that's exactly what we're talking to you about today with this analysis. Now, I'm going to assume that you want to spend more time doing roofing than digging around in the belly of your website for this sort of stuff. So that is why I'm hoping you will give Eric a call. He can guide you through the next steps. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope I've been helpful.